Good day or evening, dear participants. In this first lecture of Module 4, we are going to focus on the conceptual clarification of transformative digital pedagogies. My name is Rachel. I am the facilitator of this lecture, assisting Mr. Morris and Kusi. Let us first introduce this lecture. In the field of education, the term pedagogy is often used to describe the art and science of teaching. This fundamental concept encompasses the methods and practices used by educators to facilitate learning. Drawing from this foundational understanding, transformative pedagogy emerges as a progressive approach that seeks to not only impart knowledge, but also to foster critical thinking and personal growth among students. This pedagogical approach recognizes that education is not merely about the passive absorption of information, but involves an active, participatory process where students are encouraged to engage with and challenge their existing worldviews. Through transformative pedagogy, educators aim to create environments that prompt students to critically reflect on their personal experiences and societal structures, thereby fostering a deeper, more meaningful form of learning that promotes both individual and collective growth. Mesereau, 1997. By integrating principles of critical reflection, dialogue, empowerment, and social justice, transformative pedagogy seeks to cultivate students who are not only knowledgeable, but also capable of contributing positively to their communities and the wider world, according to Giroux, 1988, Hooks, 1994. Defining pedagogy. Pedagogy can be broadly defined as the theory and practice of education, concerned with the methods and strategies employed by teachers to create effective learning environments. Smith, 2012. The term originates from the Greek word pedagogia, which refers to the act of leading a child. Oxford University Press, 2020. Pedagogical practices encompass various instructional techniques, classroom management strategies, and educational philosophies that collectively contribute to the holistic development of the student. Understanding transformative pedagogy. Transformative pedagogy is an educational approach that aims to create profound shifts in students' perspectives and behaviors through critical reflection and active engagement. Mesereau, 1997. This concept is rooted in the broader framework of transformative learning theory, which posits that meaningful learning occurs when individuals critically examine their existing beliefs, assumptions, and experiences, leading to new ways of understanding and acting in the world, according to Taylor, 2008. Core principles of transformative pedagogy. Transformative pedagogy is characterized by several key principles that distinguish it from traditional pedagogical approaches. 1. Critical reflection is a concept related to encourage students to question and analyze their own beliefs and assumptions, fostering deeper understanding and self-awareness, according to Brookfield, 2012. 2. Dialogic learning is about promoting open dialogue and collaborative learning experiences, enabling students to engage with diverse perspectives and co-construct knowledge, according to Freire, 1970. 3. Empowerment, which seeks to enable students by developing their capacity for critical thinking, problem-solving, and active participation in their own learning processes, according to Hooks, 1994. 4. Social justice, which emphasizes the importance of addressing social inequalities and fostering a sense of social responsibility among students, according to Giroux, 1988. Implementation of transformative pedagogy. To effectively implement transformative pedagogy, educators must adopt a student-centered approach that prioritizes the needs and experiences of students. This involves creating a supportive and inclusive classroom environment, utilizing experiential learning activities, and integrating real-world issues into the curriculum, according to Cranton, 2006. Additionally, educators must be willing to reflect on their own practices and continuously seek opportunities for professional growth and development. Some examples of transformative pedagogies. 1. Project-based learning, PBL. Project-based learning is a student-centered pedagogy that involves learners in complex real-world projects. This approach allows them to explore and solve authentic problems, which fosters critical thinking, collaboration, and practical application of knowledge. For instance, students might work on a project to design sustainable solutions for their community, integrating science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM principles. 2. Service learning. Service learning combines academic learning with community service. Students engage in activities that address community needs, reflecting on their experiences to gain a deeper understanding of course content and civic responsibility. An example could be a social work class partnering with local nonprofits to develop programs that tackle homelessness, thereby connecting theoretical knowledge with real-world impact. Third, problem-based learning, PBL. Problem-based learning engages students in solving open-ended problems that do not have a fixed solution. This pedagogy encourages learners to research, collaborate, and apply their knowledge creatively. For example, medical students might be presented with a case study of a patient with a rare disease, requiring them to diagnose and propose treatment plans based on their research and collaborative discussions. Critical pedagogy. Critical pedagogy, championed by Paulo Freire, encourages students to question and challenge existing power structures and societal norms. This approach promotes critical thinking and social justice by empowering learners to become agents of change. For instance, a history class might critically analyze historical narratives and the impact of colonization, encouraging students to understand and address contemporary social issues. 5. Experiential learning. Experiential learning emphasizes learning through direct experience and reflection. Students engage in activities such as internships, fieldwork, and simulations to apply theoretical knowledge in practical contexts. An example of this might be environmental science students conducting field studies in different ecosystems to explore biodiversity and conservation strategies firsthand. Let us now reflect. This lecture explores transformative pedagogy, emphasizing critical reflection, dialogue, empowerment, and social justice as key principles to foster profound shifts in students' perspectives and behaviors. It highlights various pedagogical approaches like project-based learning, service learning, and experiential learning, which integrate real-world issues into the curriculum to create meaningful learning experiences. Now, what questions should we start asking ourselves? What comes to my immediate thinking is: 1. How does transformative pedagogy differ from traditional pedagogical approaches, and in what ways do its core principles, such as critical reflection, dialogic learning, empowerment, and social justice, contribute to deeper learning experiences? 2. Can you provide an example from your own educational experience where you felt a transformative pedagogical approach was applied? How did this experience impact your understanding and engagement with the subject matter? If you applied it already in your class, what were the reactions from your students? 3. Reflecting on the two examples of transformative pedagogies discussed, project-based learning, service learning, problem-based learning, critical pedagogy, experiential learning, how might you apply one of these approaches in your future learning or teaching practice? Reflect in writing on these 3 questions using the Gibbs Reflective Cycle Guide, which will be shared with you in this module. Compile your reflection in the e-journal available within the e-learning platform, in use in this self-paced online course. Share your reflections with your colleagues at work and share them on the community of practice space, which will be shared with you. In conclusion, this lecture explores the transformative pedagogy that represents a dynamic and progressive approach to education that goes beyond traditional teaching methods. By fostering critical reflection, dialogue, empowerment, and social justice, this pedagogical model seeks to cultivate not only knowledgeable students, but also socially responsible and engaged citizens. Embracing these principles in educational practices can lead to profound and lasting impacts, both within the classroom and in the broader community. As academics, it is our responsibility to continuously explore and implement these transformative strategies to better prepare our students for the complexities of the modern world. If you have any questions or challenges, Please use the discussion forum named Questions and Answers of Module 3 to ask questions and answer other participants' questions as well. Thank you for your attention.